don't give a shit.
This is exactly how you should look at the whole thing. Oh, you're not a real leftist or any of these things. For starters, leftism is a nonsense political label to even begin with because it's a catch-all for dozens upon dozens of different political ideologies, many of which contradict each other, and many of which I think it's debatable whether they're even left-wing at all. But on TikTok and other forms of social media, what does leftism actually seem to mean? Opposition to the Democrats, opposition to the idea of the United States of America ever being a force for good in the world, and opposition to liberalism and the Enlightenment, which is actually kind of ridiculous because at least traditional left-wing politics was founded on Enlightenment values. I mean, the original left-right political spectrum comes from the French Revolution with the formation of the National Assembly. Those that sat on the left side of the assembly were those that supported the French Revolution to the fullest and wanted to carry the revolution through. Those that sat on the right supported the monarchist and were not in favor of continuing the revolution. And it seems that a lot of the left actually is against modernism, the liberal enlightenment, and all of these things. And that's not to say there aren't left-wing thinkers that are valuable. I personally think Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels were brilliant. I even think Vladimir Lenin is worth reading. However, most of the modern left is actually no longer in touch with the kind of socialist left-wing that I think is valuable. In fact, I think most of the modern left has rejected that form of left-wing politics in favor of other postmodern and post-colonial forms of supposedly left-wing politics, which entirely reject the liberal enlightenment. They reject the idea that liberal democracy was a good and progressive thing. And that's why you see a lot of leftists today opposing things like freedom of speech. A lot of leftists are anti-electoral politics, and many things that the traditional left fought hard to give us those rights to actually have. But at the end of the day, who gives a shit whether people accept you in their dumb little club of real leftist? Be an individual. Think for yourself. You don't need to be a part of a club. In fact, if anything, it shows a little bit more intelligence if you don't have to fit in with some stupid club on the internet.